else. Today's kata is going to be Bassai Dai. As you know, Bassai Dai is one of the toughest kata you can do. There are many katas that have strong techniques, fast techniques, powerful kicks, and of course attacks and defense. Bassai Dai encompasses all that. Bassai Dai is one of the katas I call the unsurmountable mountain, something that I wrote an article some time ago calling Bassai Dai the Everest. As every time you try to perform the kata, you find that there are better ways to perform or easier way to reach the summit, which in this case allows you to understand, if you like, in depth all the other katas. So let's try and work on Bassai Dai understanding, and performance is something you can do in your own time, but I'll show techniques by techniques or combinations, and then it's entirely up to you how you perform them. But what I suggest is that you practice 1 or 2 moves or 3 moves at the most, feel that you are understanding what you're doing, and then move on to the next 2 or 3. Occasionally, of course, you can put them all together, but that is not the important part. The important part is to be able to perform the kata thinking that the opponent or opponents are all there and you have to defend yourself. As simple as that. You have to make sure that what you do works in real life as well. Of course, it all depends on how prepared you are. Okay, so let's try this. Yeah. So the bowing is different from the other katas, as you know. So start with musubidachi, hands by your sides. You do the bow, and then you name the kata, Bassai Dai. Then you do your position. In this case, is making a fist with your left, and the right just touches. Just touches. So it's not gripping, just touches. Arms are relaxed. They are not pushing forward. They are not pulling in. Just relax in front of you. Okay, so just there. Thumb, just there. Not squeezed in, not squeezing your own fist. Your upright position, very important, upright. When you start to move, you push from the pelvis. You don't push by leaning forward with your head. You just push forward, emphasizing the hips movement and the knee movement. So you actually almost like feel that you push in from here, and make sure you push your right knee forward. You push forward. When you stop, make sure that you stop with your right foot in front. Uchiuke, right uchiuke. Left open palm just touching there with the index finger, the middle finger, sorry, touching the wrist area on the side. Flat, okay, not catching, just flat. The left foot just down lightly. So not pushing, just balancing the body, okay, just balancing the body. Make sure your left is not flat on the floor, just toes down, okay? Toes down. When you start to move for the second part of this, is not a back movement, okay? So don't start moving your back leg, but start rotating the upper body. Rotating the upper body, not stepping back. So I'll face this side so you can see actually what you're supposed to be doing. You rotate and then step and uchiuke. So from right uchiuke to left uchiuke. One more time. You rotate the upper body to look. Okay, you don't step, you just rotate the upper body. Once you are able to see the opponent, then you can perform the inside block followed by the second one. So first one left, second one right. Make sure you push in, rotating into yaku. rotation, okay? Not normal uchuke, of course, so it's reverse uchuke, yaku uchuke. And the application, of course, the second one could be a break, starting and finishing, okay? So imagine you just done the rotation, done the first and second block, you rotate. Yeah? When you rotate, you don't look over the left, you just rotate the natural way. You wouldn't try and look going against your own body. So you rotate, then perform a soto uke. Okay? Don't start lifting, start rotating. So the left hand, left fist is not moving at all while you're rotating. Okay? So you rotate, then lift, soto uke. Reverse inside, outside block, then uchi uke. Right, normal, uchi uke. Okay, from there, make sure that you remember to move your right hand downward, almost like dropping to stop a kick coming from your right side. You drop. In the meantime, your left again is not moving at all. Drop, then soto uke. So point with your left, right ready, soto uke with your right, uchi uke with the left. One thing I notice, some people while performing Bassai Dai, that they pull back the front foot while doing the reverse uchuke. Pulling back normally is to do with blocking, so therefore this movement, being a strike, should not have the inside moving in. Yeah? Not coming back, but in fact pushing your hip, your back hip forward, not pulling back. So remember, you pull your front foot back only when you're doing a reverse block or a normal block. Okay, like in Eyan Nidan, on the second part, when you pull back after the kick, you pull back because it's a block. This one, second one, is a strike. So you're actually pushing rather than pulling. Then you look at the next opponent, relax the upper part. Don't try to be too square, don't try to be sideways, just natural. Okay? From here, your left pushes forward. So start by pushing, not turning, but pushing naturally. Okay? So tate shuto, vertical shuto. In general, when your elbow is straight, the wrist is bent. When your elbow is bent, the wrist is straight. Straight, bent. Okay, so if you make a bent elbow, keep your wrist straight. If you're lifting and pushing, straight, bent. So tate shuto. First, chudanzuki on the spot. You don't need to move anything, just use the hip. Pushing, so it's the vibration rather than rotation, chudanzuki. Then uchi uke, pushing your body towards the left. So as you push your right forward, your left goes away. You punch then with your left, then you move to the right to the next move, uchi uke. From this position, make sure you push forward and point, but only when you need to. So from there, only go up, then push. You don't need to do too many preparations. Bassai Dai is not really a basic kata. It's one of the sentei kata, so almost an advanced kata. So you start to push with your right hip, rotate your body, and shuto uke. Okay, from shuto, right to left. Of course, you're stepping forward. Okay, try and remember, according to the space you have, you can actually make a step or just change leg. So, left shuto, right shuto. Okay, from there you step backward in the kata. So I'll do this way. Okay, so from shuto, don't need to move your back leg. You just need to twist your body, squeeze in your body, squeeze as you move your right hand towards the opponent. Okay? Left hand doesn't move. right hand travels forward, forward, then catch. Tsukami, okay? Forward, then catch. Notice the left is not moving because the left is the one that is controlling the opponent's arm. And what you do with your feet, I always thought that you need to adjust the stance, so make it slightly smaller and squeezing, okay? So from Kokutsudachi to Zenkutsu, not Zenkutsudachi, is a shorter stance, squeezing. So you're pushing towards your opponent. You're not changing direction. Facing the front, facing the front. Try and keep your left and right towards your opponent and just rotate your body. Rotate your body, okay? From number 8 to number 9 and 10, try and think of your knee coming up towards the middle of your gap. You created a gap here. This gap here, try and think of your knee coming in and then pushing your foot down. From there, try and remember, lifting, then pushing. As you push down with your heel, make the arms come back. So you're pulling the opponent's arm backward, not upward too much, but think of pulling. So you're making a stretching situation where you're pushing the opponent's leg down or hip down as you pull the arm, okay? The kick. Kick, strike downward. So it's a very strong technique. You're pushing down, breaking the opponent, either hip or knee. Fumikomi. Fumikomi finish, you have to pull back. Do not leave it there, land and turn. I'll do it this way so you can see a little bit more. So lift, pull, push, shuto. So as you land, you pull back, you land and shutoke. The fumikomi, try and think of downward rather than out too much. Of course, depends on the situation, depends on the position of the opponent's legs and body. You can do it sideways more, but in this case, it would be kekomi rather than fumikomi. So fumikomi is downward, downward, then pull back, land and shuto. A lot of people after the pull, they just point, palm up. Anytime should be the same as normal shuto. So point this way, ready, and as you land, make the shuto. Again, straight, bend. Don't do this kind of shuto, okay? Straight, straight. Bend, bend. Okay? So once you finish with a landing position, there is a second shuto going forward. So the landing is the block, then it's right shuto towards the opponent. Okay? You come back, think of an attack to the face. Don't believe, I've been told this as well, but I don't believe that you should be pulling inward to go upward. If the attack is coming to your face, you wouldn't go back to go up. Just go up. In the meantime, what you do with your back leg, you turn. I believe that you should be going backward. So you're moving away as you block. Your left hand only goes upward. Your right hand goes upward. They both go upward, they meet there. They don't come here first, then go up. Be kind of be more realistic in your approach. You can do it the other way if you like, if you're a low grade, but I don't believe in changing the performance from a low grade, or rather teaching the performance for a low grade and then changing it again for a senior grade. Learn in the proper way, then of course you'll adjust slightly according to your understanding, but perform the way it should be. So backward and upward, backward and upward. From this position, okay, think of two agiyukes, okay? Don't need to go open too much, just push, naturally, push forward. When you push forward, you step in with your right knee, pushing, okay? And on the spot, don't make it too long. The first part of this is not sliding at all. On the spot, your opponent is next to you, on the spot, then punch, sliding. The slide is just adjusting, okay? In reality, you might not need to adjust at all, but in this case, push, punch, okay? From the punch itself, when you turn, again, need to look. You can't just go ready position because you can't see back. So you look back, rotating the upper body. If you can, try and remember not to collapse your front knee. Just turn, okay? Squeeze, squeeze. Same time, remember you're looking, okay? Only when you see the action of the opponent, then you can retaliate. And maybe start preparing, but don't move your left leg unless you move your left hand. Move together. Move together. So left leg, left arm, right hand, right arm. And push. And push. As you do that, think of your knees and your hands squeezing. Stop. Okay? Stop. Then come back. Everything should finish at the same time. I don't believe in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make one motion forward, one motion back. From here you look at the opponent, but don't move your front arm. In this case your left shouldn't move, otherwise you open yourself. You push forward, adjust your legs. Push forward, protection, shin, okay? Protection, then don't need to go all the way back to go down. You're already coming from a high position, then downward position. So Kibadachi and lock-in. This case, I believe it would be Uke-zuki. So you block and strike at the same time. Once you've done the strike, you again look the opposite direction and adjust. So look and don't go all the way back. You can start going forward and pushing, pushing. Push with the back of your hand, rotating. So block and strike. Block. Once you've done the block with the back of your hand, high one, use your back leg. In this case, if the left is in front, the back leg would be the right, to kick here. Of course, you're not kicking yourself, you're kicking the opponent, maybe the ribs, okay? So you lift your knee, kick. When you finish your kick, always pull back. As we did in Go Down some time ago, think of coming back, not going down. You kick by lifting, then strike with the elbow, okay? Elbow strike, then pushing. Don't look down, don't lift. Just push, push. So, from the elbow strike, the right goes down and strike. Okay? Strike or block, then strike and block. Both using the hips. Push. 1, 2, 3. Similar in the way to in Teki. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Then you look across, prepare. Don't need to go back too much. Again, in the kata itself, when you teach 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think it would work in real life, so not necessarily stopping there. Relaxing the arms. So the arms are not actually going backward, just relaxing. As you turn your right foot to the right a little bit, not too much. A little bit, just to make sure your feet become from Kibadachi to Zenkutsu. Again, it's slightly shorter than usual, but feet are in line, so it becomes Zenkutsu rather than Zenkutsu Dachi. And block and punch. Either block with one and punch with the other, or block with one, punch with the other. So it could be blocking a kick and punching with the left, or blocking a punch and punching with the right. Yamazuki. Finish Yamazuki, go backward. Don't lift, go backward. So just come back and look at the opponent. Then the right knee lifts towards your opponent, not upward, but pushing your pelvis forward, similar to the first move of the kata. You push and you punch. Okay, so from standing position, Heizo Kudachi, feet together. Push, punch, come back. Push, punch. The landing and the punching and blocking together. Don't hesitate, okay? Once you've done the last block and punch and you turn, again you need to look, okay? You look, you start by dropping as you move the leg. So, together. Prepare your right, move the left across. Prepare your right, then as you start to block with the right, think of the left coming back same time. So not first, second. Look, block, and block. Then push. Lift to prepare. Again, doesn't have to be big in the application, but in the cut itself. Together, again, blocking and pulling. So hikite and block. Don't go too far, but also don't block too close to your body. Block should be in front of you. In front of you, in front of you. Okay, so once you've done the first, do the second, then look across. Next opponent is roughly, normally people say 45 degrees, but it doesn't really matter. It's more to do with thinking of an angle. So you look and prepare. As you move your left leg from downward to forward, prepare your right. And shuto. Sharp stance technique together. Then you look the other way. So finish one, look the other way. Opposite direction. So from there to there. Then from shuto here, move forward with the body. Don't just go sideways. Move forward. So your right hand travels first. As your right leg moves, your right hand moves. Squarish to the opponent. To last motion. Then you can come back. When you come back, again, don't just look forward. Come back. Then look forward. As calmly as you possibly can. Finish with a shout, number 42. Come back. Then relax. Okay? So, please practice as I did, a couple of moves at a time. Feel that you are making, if you like, an effort, not just in blocking, but really understanding what you're doing. If you don't understand it completely, just email me, it's not a problem. And I can go through in more details if you like. So for the time being, think of each one of the moves as usual, being as effective as possible. Try and make it stronger rather than faster. Okay? Take us.